Look at Clippy. Clippy is back. Clippy has a new name though. This is Mico or Mico, must be Mico because it's Microsoft. So they have a new mascot. It's quite cute. It's very Pixar. So Microsoft has a new Clippy. It's an AI friend called Mico. Anyone who's younger probably has no idea what Clippy is. That's a good thing. Clippy was an absolute nightmare. Clippy's become a meme at this point. It was like a sentient paperclip that would sit on the side of Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, etc. and yell advice at you. It was never very good. It was a very early form of artificial intelligence. It used things like decision trees, so you could click through and get advice on it, but it wasn't good. It was way before its time. It must be over 20 years old by this point. They have a new version of Clippy called Mico, which hopefully is a little bit better. So at the company's Copilot fall release, the company introduced a range of new features to update its AI chatbot. But one that telegraphed how the tech giant intends to bring AI to consumers was the official introduction of AI chatbot's face, an expressive avatar blob named Mico. The company explains that Mico, its name a nod to Microsoft Copilot, is meant to offer consumers a warm and customizable visual presence that listens, reacts, and even changes colors to reflect your interaction. It's a little avatar. It's a little dude who's going to talk to you. If the talking AI helper immediately brings to mind Microsoft's infamous productivity assistant Clippy, you wouldn't be wrong in thinking that. It seems that Microsoft has decided to embrace the reference to its age-old companion, and there's even an Easter egg where if you tap on Mico a number of times, it will transform into Clippy. If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see what that looks like. It turns into a modern version of Clippy. I actually think the design is a bit reminiscent of Clippy anyway. It's got the little eyebrows, the mouth, so it looks a bit like Clippy. I think this is cute, and it's great to put a face on your AI, especially if you're going for a wider consumer market. What other AIs have done it? Grok has Annie, but that is a very different choice. The main updates to Annie at the moment are you can put her in different clothing options, including lingerie. They're going in a very certain direction with Annie, and it's also allows not safe for work conversations. I think Mico is going in a very different direction, which is just a friendly face for your AI companion. I assume you cannot have not safe for work conversations with Mico. Somebody will try. The internet's a weird place. The feature is enabled by default when you're using Copilot's voice mode. Users can turn it off if they choose. The voice mode in ChatGPT have more personality, and you can choose between different voices. It's interesting that ChatGPT never went in the direction of giving it a face. I can see why. If you give it a human face, you're drawing a line, and some people will like it, some people won't. Whereas with something like Mico, it's very inoffensive. It's a blob, basically. Cute looking blob. You'd be hard pressed to hate Mico. Whereas if they gave the various voices in ChatGPT, like Sky, I forget the names of them all, but they have different voices and different personalities. If they suddenly gave them a face now, people would be like, oh, that's not my Sky. That's not what Sky looks like. So I think that's a decision they've made and they have to stick to now. There were a few other announcements from Microsoft, including they have a new browser. So this is 2 days after OpenAI's Atlas came out, which we've talked about extensively. I think it's telling that if you're looking at my screen right now, I'm using Chrome. I'm still using Chrome, and I will continue to use Chrome at least until the dust settles down around the security debates. Microsoft have also pushed out a new AI browser, but what they're doing, which is much more sensible, is they are just adding Copilot into their existing browser. So they're not splitting off a new one, unlike what they call the browser company. So the browser company have Arc, which is their non-AI browser, and they have Deer, their AI browser. And they're doing two different browsers, which doesn't make much sense. And actually yesterday, we heard that Deer is no longer going to be supported, and they're focusing all of their efforts on Arc. So what I assume is going to happen is they're going to bring the AI components into Arc and then just focus there. That's the path that Microsoft are taking too. They have Microsoft Edge already, for better or worse, and they are going to add a Copilot mode into it. This is 100% what Google will also do with Chrome. All of this discussion about AI browsers, whether you're using Perplexity's Comet, whether you're using Deer by the browser company, whether you're using, what are the other ones? Strawberry, Atlas from OpenAI, will probably cease to matter as soon as Google gets its act together and just adds Gemini into a sidebar. Because that's what all of the AI browsers have done so far. You have your normal browser experience, which is based in Chromium. That's why they all look the same. And then you have on the right-hand side a ChatGPT box, or an AI box, which allows you to talk to the web page, discuss, as well as trigger agents that work in the browser. As soon as Google implements that into Chrome, that's a ball game. Chrome has a 70% market penetration. People are used to using Chrome. The only people playing around with these AI browsers are people who are kind of at the forefront of tech and trying these things out. So for everyone else, as soon as they can Chrome, that's it. That is the new AI browser. So I imagine we'll be seeing that shortly from Google. They don't need to rush though. There's no need for them to sprint out an AI browser or to add it into Chrome, because they own 70% of the market penetration already. It's going to get chipped away at by these new browsers, but they have such a dominant position that I think they can develop this safely and on their own timescales.